Okay, so we've now reached the last movie that we've just seen, very fresh in our minds. I loved all of the designs in this. Ignore the Dimorphodon. Sorry, guys. I loved all the designs in this. Actually, I think they're all brilliant. I mean, some you could argue like why they're even in it.
We may argue later on one of them.
Okay, but let's get there. Right, so let's start off with probably... Now, design-wise, I think it's incredible. It deserves to be there. And that is the new Raptor. But the fact that the only reason I know what it looks like is because of marketing.
Yeah.
It's going to have to go down. I just don't know where. Is it going to go there? Because it's just a waste of time.
You'll have to say what letter because I've...
Oh, sorry. C and D. Like, I want to put it in S-Class because of its design.
It looks fantastic in the marketing.
Yeah. I mean...
You see nothing in the film.
It doesn't do a single thing other than get killed.
No. It just goes...
It's just Mutadon. It's just Mutadon food. So... Does it deserve? It almost deserves to be D-Class based on the fact that they proper just disserviced it.
Yeah, I think it does need to be D.
It's a tough call. I really don't. This is the biggest one where the movie messed it up, because if the movie had have had a scene with it, or had these instead of the Mutadons, I have a feeling we'd have an S-Class design here.
100%.
Arguably the best Raptors we've had.
Why do we need the Mutadons? Like, I get what Rebirth said about having these, like, these were the creations that weren't quite there for the things that are left in this island, etc., instead of getting rid of them. But the scene that the Mutadons were in would be 1,000 times better with that Raptor.
Yeah. I mean, just replace them, don't you? I mean, you don't need the Mutadons at all.
Yeah, and I get, like they're saying, that Rebirth wants to steer as far away from the Jurassic World trilogy as possible. But getting rid of a scene...
I feel like they're like a Jurassic Park, though, more than a Jurassic World. Aren't they? Yeah. They're more of a Jurassic Park 3 design.
Yeah.
Which is really annoying.
And if they were to be in that, like, their compound was that gas station, and that owned that gas station, you would have the element of Jurassic Park 3 and the Lost World and all that sort of bit.
Yeah.
Where they own that sort of compound.
Yeah.
That is their territory.
I'm definitely a little bit gutted that we never got to see that. Obviously, I've done a little reaction video, by the way, guys. If you haven't seen it, to the Jurassic Park, to the Rebirth delete scene. With the Raptors in, and you see a red Raptor as well, which looks awesome. But I didn't include any of these in this because of that reason. The fact that it was just a deleted scene. I feel devastated for this little Raptor. A spat in the face of my new favourite Raptor design in the world era. I know, 100%, Gillian.
Exactly. So yeah, D. I'm afraid.
Okay, let's go with the greatest T-Rex we have had in the franchise, in my opinion. I think I mean, it's a flip of a coin between this and the Buck Rex.
Yeah.
I actually think this
Design-wise,
this one edges it, and the reason why I think this one edges it is because the scene that I know the Buck Rex has that whole San Diego scene, which is, by the way, incredible.
10 out of 10, that one.
Yeah. I also feel this scene was a 10 out of 10, and the Buck isn't in this list. So,
I'm going to say 9.9 out of 10.
Okay, 9.9.
Point 1 is that bloody indestructible raft.
Actually, I'd delete. I'll take 4 points off of that. So 9.5.
Yeah.
5 more. Yeah, 5.
Yeah.
The indestructible raft. Yeah, is a bit dumb.
Yeah.
But
But
Design wise,
that
I think
whole
it's
that whole scene is just fantastic. The
so
fact that we
good.
finally like we got the novel river scene. Like it was so happy,
Yeah,
and they did it justice.
yeah,
But I still remember watching it for the first time, and it was so tense, and I was like, almost wincing when it was almost biting them.
yeah.
I got the same feeling when I saw it the second time. I got the same feeling when I saw it again for the third time. And I'm hoping that the fourth time I see it, I had that same feeling. And that feeling keeps going on. That no matter how many times you see a film, you still get that sort of what if feeling.
Yeah, I agree. And Gillian was saying it was nice to finally see a T-Rex in the franchise that is bulky and strong again. Yeah, I agree. I mean, we've been so like the original T-Rex has been so overdone. And they should have killed her off.
The Giga should have done it.
There's so many things that I wish they did.
Yeah.
But fan service seems to. I don't know whether people did even want that. It's more like just.
I still can't believe we survived.
Why not? Yeah, that's another one. That's a whole new.
Yeah.
That's a whole new. Who shouldn't have survived tier list?
Yeah.
Okay, the D-Rex. Tough one. This.
The first. Oh, easy for me.
D for you.
Yeah, D.
Really?
Yeah, I hate the design. It's goofy looking. It's stupid. I do not like it at all.
But this isn't just a design tier list. Like, does it not deserve at least a 3 out of 10? I'm not saying I think it should. I'm just humouring what you're saying. Okay, let's go. Let's say is it better than, right? Does it do more than the Raptor?
Yes.
So it's better than the Raptor. Okay. Would you, if you had a choice of Dominion Dilos or the D-Rex, which one of those would you choose again?
D-Rex.
Okay. That's beating that. Is it better than the Locust?
Okay. I'm happy for it to be C. Move up.
Okay.
But I don't like it. I don't like the look of it. I don't like the design. I think it looks like basically like a dunce bully kid. You know when films and cartoons try and make a stupid like idiot bully
in the 90s, yeah.
Yeah, that sort of look, like the meaty goofy face with the weird teeth, etc.
I mean,
that's what it feels like.
I mean, you can see the T-Rex in it. You can see they've made it. You can see the T-Rex shape. It's almost like they've stuck on a beluga whale on top of it. Exactly. I hate the mushroom head Rex.
Yeah, mushroom head Rex.
Let's say it's a very low 3 then.
Yeah.
What would you? Okay, let's just say we have to have this D-Rex in the movie.
Yeah.
And it's like, what's stopping it from being higher other than design? Like, does it do more than the Jurassic World? Is it worthy of being more higher than a Jurassic World era compy? Like original compy.
So again, it does do more than what the Jurassic World compies do, but it does the same amount of destruction and stuff as the Pteranodon and Dimorphodons.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm happy to keep it C. It's just the design.
Okay.
But if you've got any
let's move it down from the compy, because the compy's design is better than that.
Yeah.
Oh no, let's just put it in D.
Screw it.
We didn't want it, let's be honest. We didn't want this crap. Let's put it in D.
Like when it smashes the helicopter, like it is in cool scenes and like you go, oh, okay, yeah, that's cool.
Take it out of the movie, it makes no impact on the movie, does it?
Yeah. Replace it with a normal looking dinosaur, the T-Rex.
Replace it with a bloody T-Rex.
Yeah. Happy.
Yeah, okay. I agree. New Mosasaurus.
I love it.
I love it too. It's going in an S. It's going in an S class. I'm sorry.
That whole scene as well.
I'm sorry, mate. You suck.
The size is better.
Yeah.
Design,
It's still massive. It's still overly
Yeah.
sized. However, it's
yeah, honestly, mate, what I want you to do, and I might see if I can find a video of it, but if you play Final Fantasy X, there's a bit in there where you're fighting this main boss called Sin, and it's almost like shot for shot, scene for scene of them trying to shoot the dart to the Moser on the boat.
really.
And it is fantastic. I'll send you the clip. It is just brilliant.
I'll have to watch
the only
that.
difference is you're on an airship.
Oh, okay.
But the premise is exactly the same, and because that's one of my favourite games that I've played, watching that in the cinema, I was just like, oh yeah, I'd love this. This is brilliant.
Oh, fair dues.
So
yeah, I have to give it a go.
Happy for it for S. Yeah.
Mutadon. Do you hate this as much as that? This is like the hate category, ain't it? Hate.
Yeah.
Hate. Wish they weren't in. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Do you hate it as much as the D-Rex?
No, I prefer it over the D-Rex.
Do you hate it as much as... What do you hate more? The fact that we didn't get the raptor scene, or you hated the fact that these design and what they did?
I hated the fact we didn't get raptors.
Okay. So that needs to be higher than them, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you hate this thing more than that the Dilos in Dominion?
No.
No. Locust, no.
No. Pyro, no. So
C tier?
Move it up to C. And then are we on board with it being on par with a Pteranodon?
See, for me, I have a feeling that we might have to move this one up and move this one down.
What, you moving up and down?
Pteranodon up.
Yep.
Dimetrodon down.
Yep. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Because I feel like we are doing just a little bit of a disservice to this Pteranodon. I mean, it's just if the other two species of Pteranodon were on here...
You're looking at A.
Yeah, we're looking at Jurassic Park 3 level being the A, and this being a B, and it'd be a fair assessment.
Yeah.
But it's only because we don't like the design.
Yeah.
I think it's, I don't know, I think that's quite fair.
It's fair.
It's like a 5 out of 10, isn't it, then?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy to move these around up.
Right. New Quetzalcoatlus. I love it. I want to start with saying I love this thing. I love the scene. I think the scene is amazing. The size is better.
Yeah.
But the design is very, very different. The Biosyn design...
the head shape, isn't it?
Yeah. The Biosyn design is, I guess, more scientifically guessed, right?
Yeah.
But the size is almost too colossal. This size is more appropriate, and it eats people.
Yeah.
It has eggs as well. It's got a nest.
Yeah. It's aggressive. It climbs, not only just flies.
Would you say this scene is better than the Quetzalcoatlus plain scene?
100% better.
So does it deserve to be an S tier?
It deserves to be an S tier, and then you got to look at, is both Quetzals in their own right worthy of being an S, or do we move the plain one down to an A? Because they can both be an S. Like, I'm happy with both being S.
I'm happy with them both being an S tier, purely because I love the design. If we didn't have this new Quetzal, that would be an S tier.
Yeah.
So we're only demoting it because we've got this comparison. Yeah. And I think it's arguably better than the Mosasaurus from the old films.
Yeah.
And it looks more like a bird. You've got the feathers on it. I think design wise it's amazing. It's just scaled wrong. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy to
let's leave him there. Let's leave him there. Right, new Spinosaurus. Now, how do you feel about this Spinosaurus if you was having it side by side with the Jurassic Park 3 one?
So Jurassic Park 3, side by side to this, it's completely different, isn't it? It's more
Yeah.
scientifically accurate.
Oh, 100%.
Rebirth one.
Let me just put it in 5 in B for now, just to sort of like, just somewhere to place it, and then we can discuss.
Yeah, so when I first saw it, I was like, ugh, what is that?
What, like, based on the renders? Like, the online? Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, is this what we're getting?
Yeah.
But when it was in a film, and especially the one that got up at the beach, and then walked into the water, loved it. I was like, yeah, no, I do like this. I like the design. I like the way it was swimming and how they all sort of circled the boat and worked together. I liked how it climbed out of the boat, like onto the boat and was snapping.
Yeah,
like the whole. I think it just looked like the neck was a bit more bulkier up to the bottom of the jaw, wasn't it? So it's a bit sort of like more connected rather than a separate.
I know what you mean.
Slender body. Yeah, it's hard to describe.
Their anatomies are different. It seemed a bit. It seems a bit more like.
Yeah.
Rather than the Spino from Jurassic Park 3, I find has a bit more of a swan-like neck. It's a bit more bipedal. It's more heavy set in the arms, and Gillian says I prefer the Jurassic Park 3 Spino, but the Rebirth one isn't bad. It sucks that it wasn't in the movie more. I mean, I love the behaviour of this one.
Yeah.
It's almost unfair. It's almost unfair to compare the two, really, because one has the narrative based from the director to be the main antagonist of the movie.
Yeah.
So if we was to take out the D-Rex, take out the T-Rex, take out the Mutodons, and this movie was all about them surviving from the Spinosauruses, like, I think we may have a completely different conversation.
Yeah.
It's such a tough one to place this, because I love the fact that they're aquatic. I think it's great.
Yeah. Have you seen a film Waterworld?
Yes.
Can you imagine Waterworld, but we've got Spinos and Moses?
Oh yeah, it'd be class.
Spread throughout.
What a classic film that is. That's such a cool film. It's so 90s though.
Oh, I know. I'd love to see like Spinos put into that, but am I happy with that being B?
I mean, does it deserve to be higher than a 5 or a 6? I feel like it does, because it's one of my favourite scenes in the film.
I was about to say, it does a lot more than what all those other ones do in that category.
Like, I prefer the Spinosaurus scene, and I mean that, over these raptors.
So it gets 2 human kills, doesn't it?
It gets... No, 3.
The one that was shooting.
3.
3?
No, it's 2.
Yeah, because you got the one that was shooting it, the one who says, "Oh yeah,"
and the girl with the short hair.
Yeah, because she gets dragged off the beach.
Yeah,
and then that's it, and then they all escape because the French guy gets done by the Quets.
Yep. So 2 kills. How do I feel about this? Is it better than the Giga? No. I don't think so. But is it? Oh, okay. Is it better than the Giga? Is it as good as the Giga?
It does more than the Giga.
It does more than the Giga, and the scene's excellent. I mean,
and the design is good. Like the final design that they used was good.
I mean, I feel like people's more complaints about this design are the fact that they didn't use the evolution of the Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah.
Like, if they'd have gave this the Jurassic Park 3 red coloration, I think people would complain far less, because it would show the evolutionary process of them. You know, this was an experiment. They didn't get it right, so they then made it more like bipedal and T-Rexy. And therefore, that's why its fin changed and it went a bit more upright. Yeah. So it developed into the Jurassic Park 3 one. This looks like a completely different species, don't it? Almost.
Yeah. So, see, I'm happy for it to be in A alongside the Giga. although the Spino is better than I feel it's better than the Giga. I can't have the Giga on the same scale as the like the B category, and I can't have the Spino in the S category.
No, but I don't think Spino is it's not going in the S.
No,
because as much as I love it in this film, I don't think it's.
It's not worthy of the S.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
but it's
I
better
agree.
than B. It's better than B, so it sticks with A. And the Giga, like I said, although the Spino is slightly better than the Giga, I can't move the Giga down.
We'll have a little bit of a rearrange.
Yeah.
Okay. Dilophosaurus. I like this. Much better. Doesn't really do much though, does it? It appears as a little hop, as a spit, and then
cracks on.
Yeah, I mean,
C
tier.
Yeah. Like I said, it does the same as like the compies. It's there. You're like, oh hi, and then crack on.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this Mutodon does need to move up. I think the Mutodon needs to be at the end of the C category, so it's like the best of a bad bunch. Because the scenes it's in are excellent. We just wished it was raptors.
Yeah, and I suppose that's just personal preference, isn't it?
Yeah. So, and now we've got the new compy. Last but not least.
That is so good.
I think it's great. I love it.
Yeah.
Doesn't do anything though, but it's slightly better. Slightly better than the other compy.
It's better than the other compy. So,
is it still in C category? Just because it's essentially exactly the same amount of screen time as the old compy.
And it does exactly the same sort of thing.
But it's just a cooler colour.
Yeah. Yeah, leave it in C, but it's the better of the two.
Right, okay. So I think we're done. I've got a Dimorphodon here for some strange reason, but I'm just going to leave
Put it in the same category.
Just going to leave it at the bottom.
Yeah. Right. So going from bottom, are we happy with the Pyro, the Locust, the Dominion Dilo, the Rebirth Raptor, and the D-Rex?
In that order, I don't think I'm not happy.
No. What are you saying is worse? The lowest of the low.
I'm gonna put the Dilo lowest, just because I just think it was just a complete letdown. As much as I was excited to see the Dilophosaurus, I thought the whole entire scene was a letdown. And whereas at least the D-Rex did do something cool.
Yeah, I would put the D-Rex at the higher end, probably the highest of the Ds.
Well, you'd put it over the Pyroraptor.
I'll put it over the Pyroraptor.
Okay. I mean, I don't think I could argue with that really. I mean, I think if we'd had a better screen time of it, you know, to be fair, it completely didn't do anything Raptor remotely, did it?
At all.
No, it was just a penguin. Locusts, no, they were cool. They were better than the Pyroraptor.
Yeah, and again, it's something that was in the novel, so I'm happy with it.
Chris says he's not happy with any of it.
And welcome, Chris.
Right. But remember, Chris, though, we are not just picking this on design, because the Pyroraptor's got a great design. It's just a waste of time.
Yeah.
This is like complete waste of time category. Pretty much a waste of time with some elements of coolness.
Yeah.
I mean, and then it goes.
That was good.
And it goes up. Yeah. So we're just adjusting them now. So is the Rebirth Raptor better than the Pyroraptor?
No.
So the one scene the Pyroraptor's in.
The Pyroraptor's actually in a scene.
Right. Okay. Well, it is in a scene technically, but it's just not death. Yeah.
You see nothing.
Now, so the Morphodons, I don't think they should be this far up the list. I personally don't. The reason being is because they don't actually do anything other than just attack one guy and he's snapping at his face on the floor. He gets he gets butted with a gun and then shot twice. Actually, one by an ACU unit by a person.
Yeah. I am happy to put it down,
Not down, but more to the bottom of the packing order of
Yeah,
the C.
that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
down on the C.
So Dilo,
Dino, I think, needs to be higher.
do ya? Above the compies. Yeah, there's a better impact above the compies. The compies don't do anything, do they? Other than just give you a bit of a, oh look, there's a compy.
Yeah.
Whereas this was like, oh, there's a dino. Oh, it's gonna attack her, and then it doesn't.
Yeah, and
so
it's about to. Yeah.
It kind of
and it sets the scene for the T-Rex.
Yeah, it does. I still would have choreographed that a bit better.
Yeah.
A bit better. I'd have made the Dilo spit at her. She ducks out of the way and it lands on the T-Rex, which is what wakes it up.
Yeah.
That was what I would have done.
Been good.
That's what I would have done, but we didn't get that far. Now, is the Dilo scene, that one little scene, better than the Dimetrodon one in Dominion?
I don't think it is.
No, I don't think so either. And I do think the Mutodon scene is better than the Dimetrodon one. I just wished it weren't Mutodons.
Yeah.
I think C and D are right.
Yeah.
Chris, you're completely wrong. Right, B. Is the Pteranodon from Jurassic World and Fallen Kingdom better than the Morris Intrepidus?
Yes.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. It is. Is the Morris Intrepidus design and scenes it is in worse? Better than a Mutodon?
No.
No. So should we bring it down? It's got to come down, innit? We can't pull that up, so that's got to come down. Is the Morris Intrepidus...
Can I do the sound? Where is
it? Yeah. Is the Mutodon... Sorry, is the Morris Intrepidus scenes better than the Dilos? The Dilo? Or the or the Dimetrodon?
No.
Okay. Is it better than the Compy scenes?
Yes.
Right, okay. So let's put it next to the Compies, below the Dilo, below the Dimetrodon, and below the Mutodon. Right, here we go. B category. We've got Pteranodon last, then we've got Charlie, Delta, and Echo in B category. I don't know what order to place them. Pretty much, to be fair, they're all.
I'm happy to leave it as is.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. A category. We've got Moser, Blue. Blue's got to go in front of the Moser because
and the Giga's got to go high.
Giga's got to go in front of the Moser as well because as much as has it though? It does kill the Indominus. It doesn't do anything, does it? Really? It hunts people on a beach in a cutscene. It attacks a boat in an opening scene.
Yeah.
Snatches the guy out of the water. It does more
Kills Zara.
Kills Zara, but I mean,
that is a good scene, though.
It just but the scene isn't the scene because of the Moser, is it? The scene's the scene because of the Pteranodons. So I think it goes below the Giga.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the only reason why the Giga's in S is because it didn't kill anybody. So it's got to be high, isn't it? It's got to be the high A. The Giga.
Okay. So where is the Giga? Where have I put it?
You put it next to Blue.
Oh yeah.
I think Blue plays a more vital part in the Jurassic franchise than the Giga does.
Oh, 100%. Blue is the main focus of it, isn't she? Especially in Fallen Kingdom.
I would keep Blue at the moment as the top. Chris says Moser better than Giga for opening scene of Fallen Kingdom alone. That is true. The Fallen Kingdom opening sequence is probably one of the best, but is it solely the Moser that's doing it?
This is a tough
or
call.
is it the whole thing with the the T-Rex? Although actually saying that, you do have the bit in the lake where the lightning goes and you just see it swimming like the silhouette. and then it swallows. Yeah, and that is arguably probably one of the best opening scenes.
Yeah, all right.
Got.
Let's move it. It does kill people. Giga
Yeah,
don't.
move it above the Giga.
Yeah,
okay.
that's fine. Right. Baryonyx.
Those top three, I'm happy.
Top three, I'm happy. Baryonyx, I'm moving down. I don't know where though.
Move down.
Atrociraptors.
I'd say move it to the bottom.
Okay, Baryonyx last. Is the Spino and Rebirth better than the Atrociraptors?
Yes, I would say so. Considering these are meant to be pedigree.
Yeah, all they do is miss their targets, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I agree. They've got there purely on design merit, haven't they?
Yeah.
Okay, so Giga is... but then now I'm arguing is the Spino better than the Giga, because technically they are, aren't they, really? Because they're seen... like... what do you say is more memorable? The Spinosaurus scene in Rebirth or the Giga scene in Dominion?
Oh, Spino, 100%.
It's gonna have to go up.
Move it above.
It's gonna have to go up. Oh,
yeah.
Sugar plum. There we go. I think that's right now.
I think I'm happy with a right S.
I don't think Chris is realising how we're doing this because he's saying Spino's way better than the Giga, but way better than the Giga means it's up here in the S tier, Chris, next to the Indominus, which is not. So you can't really say way better. That's the reason why we've done this. Like you saying put a Mutodon down to D, that means everything below it also has to be D tier. So we're kind of just using D as 1 and 2 out of 10, C as 3 and 4 out of 10, B 5 and 6 out of 10, A 7 and 8, and then S 9 and 10 out of 10. So that's why we're doing it how we're doing it. Now we're on to S tier now. This is going to be very difficult to rank.
Yeah. So are we in agreement that Rebirth Rex
is the number one?
Is number one.
I think so.
Okay, so that should be a fairly easy straight number one.
Mm.
Rebirth Moser. That's got to be high up there, isn't it? Or the Carno.
I was literally just thinking the Carnotaurus. Yeah. I think that has to go second. But does the Carno's involvement, its design is amazing.
The scenes it plays in both Fallen Kingdom and Dominion are good.
Yeah, it does have a cool scene in Dominion as well. Is it better than the Indominus Rex, though?
Oh, crap, the Indominus Rex. It's not better than Indominus Rex, sorry. Indominus Rex has to be second.
Okay. Is it better than an Indoraptor? Not better as, like, fight, but, you know, which... I mean, I've not even included the Jurassic Park T-Rex yet, either.
No, we're not even there yet. Let's just start like organising this. So we're in agreement that Rebirth Rex is top.
Yeah, basically. I've not even discussed the Mosasaurus yet. Is the new Mosasaurus and the scene and its design better than an Indoraptor? Like, yes. If you had a choice of having one or the other,
Moser,
you would choose
Rebirth. Yeah.
Okay. Like if one had to get discarded from canon for the rest of its time ever,
yeah,
which one would you discard?
Oh, I don't want either of them to go because we're talking about S tier.
Yeah, I know.
So I don't want anyone to go, but I would say, what scene did you prefer more, the Indoraptor scene or the Carnotaurus scene? It's very difficult because I kind of prefer the Indoraptor scene over the Carno.
Yeah.
But I prefer the design of the Carno over the Indoraptor.
I think I agree. I think you might have to go like that. Moser, Indo. Carno.
Yeah,
I don't know if we're rating this Moser a little bit too high.
I really like it though. I like the coloration. I like the design. The scene is fantastic. The fact it stalks both of these ships.
Yeah. It's a tough
It's
call,
not
that one.
stupid like what all the other films were, where it's swimming against a wave where a surfer is.
Yeah, but we're comparing both Mosers, Chris. They're both there. So we have to pick one over the other. And that one's better than that one. So
because that's a proper Moser. Like the size is
the design's got the little shark fin on the end. Yeah. Okay. Jurassic Park T-Rex, the original. Fights the Indominus.
Yeah.
Um,
that I would say is better than the Moser. I preferred seeing the T-Rex in Jurassic World.
like what
than
got?
I did seeing them.
Yeah, it got you off. Like we were excited, weren't we?
Yeah.
It's
in T-Rex Kingdom. You know, we get the scene with the flare. We see the goat. That whole scene when it's coming out and then breaks through the Spinosaurus for that like triumphant scene is fantastic.
But does she deserve to be that high? It's hard, isn't it? Because she's just a little bit of a bitch for the whole film, isn't she? Really, she's just like a punch bag, isn't she?
Yeah, Fallen Kingdom, that epic roar with the exploding volcano.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying to think if there's any other scene where an actor has rode a apex predator like a bucking bronco.
Yeah. Killed the we had the scene inside the container.
Yeah.
Yep. And it does kill Eli Mills as well.
Yeah.
Tough call, that one.
Yeah, and Chris says, when you say Jurassic Park, what do you think of? Rexy?
Yeah, but when you think of Jurassic World, you don't think of Rexy, do you? You think of Blue. This is a World Trilogy ranking.
My only criticism with Rexy being in the trilogy is that she should have died.
Yeah. I mean, you've got to think of it, right? It's criminal for us to place her, I think, below an Allosaurus.
Oh, God, yeah.
Place her below a new Rebirth Moser. That a lot of people hate in the fact that its design changed, but they like what they did with it.
Okay, let's face it. You're never going to get a whole film based around a Moser. It just won't work. But you can get a whole film based around a Rex. Based around Rexy.
Okay. But
I think for that.
But then you could use that argument as you could technically get a whole film based around all of these animals at the top.
Yeah, but would they be better than the film of Rexy?
I don't know, actually. Well, Battle of Big Rock was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
For what it was. I mean, you can't compare it to Jurassic Park, though, can you?
No, exactly.
Okay, she's top 3. Right. Let's put it as top 3. They're the 10s, the rest are 9s at the moment. Yeah. We've now got to rank these 9s. Where does Ghost fit in this? Bottom of the pack?
Oh, Ghost is bottom.
Right, okay. Quetzalcoatlus.
So, Rebirth, I still think is better than Dominion.
Even though, yep.
So, I'm happy to stay like that. That's the yellow, isn't it, next to it?
I would argue that I think I prefer Battle of Big Rock over the Carnotaurus scene in...
I'm happy with that.
Fallen Kingdom.
Well, they're both the sort of same category of carnivore, really, aren't they?
Yeah, they're definitely they're definitely a category carnivore.
Yeah. Like if you were to put them into a boxing ring, they would be the same sort of category weight.
Yeah.
So I'm happy for the Allo to be slightly over the Carno. But I still think the Carno I don't know now, because that Quetzal in Rebirth, that whole scene is so sick. And is it better than the Carno scene?
Oh, I see what you're saying. So you want to move... You're talking about literally going boom and that boom. So both Quetzals moving above the Allosaurus and Carno.
Potentially, yeah. But then I do like...
He's better at Big Rock, better than the plain scene in...
Yes.
So it needs to go. It needs to go below that. Is the
Yeah,
Quetzal scene in Rebirth better than Battle at Big Rock? No. So the Allosaurus has to go above it.
Yeah, so I think Allosaurus, Rebirth Quetzal,
Carnotaurus,
Carno, Dominion
Quetzal, Ghost.
Yeah, I think that's
Ghost
the way to do
is
it.
Ghost better than Blue? I know. Like, is there any argument for that? Probably not.
If we were to slot Blue,
would you rather move Blue up, or would you rather move Ghost down?
I think move Blue up.
Okay, let's move Ghost down. Is Ghost the best of a bad? Is Ghost an 8? Is she better? Yeah. Is she better than a Spino, a Giga, and a Moser? No. So she's just the best Atrociraptor, ain't she?
Yeah, she's number 1 in Atrociraptors.
We definitely ranked her too high.
Yeah. But I'd say I'm happy.
I think I'm happy with that, you know. I think like we've fully justified everything and why we've placed it where we've placed it.
Yeah, I can't like disagree with any of those really. And guys in the chat, let us know.
Yeah.
And those that aren't watching live, drop it in the comments as well, and then we could do maybe in a few weeks or a month's time, or maybe in a year time, because we do go back and have a look at our old videos. We could go back and say, or if there's another film, we could then add to this list, and we can go back on your comments and say, well, someone said about this argument here, and then we can discuss that and say, actually, yeah, it does deserve to be slightly higher. So yeah, if you do watch this video, leave a comment and decide.
Yeah, I'm happy with that, mate. I think we've done a marvellous job, if I don't say myself.
Yeah.
So I think we shall, let's maximise this a little bit bigger, see if I can have a better look. Move it over.
Yeah.
So there we have it. S tier.
Marvellous.
Actually, make it a bit smaller, just so Blue can squeeze on. There we go. Boom. There we go.
Beautiful.
Everyone. Yep. So, I think we shall finish our tier ranking there. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a little thumbs up, because for some reason it does help the channel. Sort of gets us a bit more suggested to other people. And don't forget to leave a comment, because we do always respond to our comments. So please leave your rankings, or say what you didn't agree with, which is fine. Like, we don't care. Like, we're happy with everyone's opinions. You might have a different sentimental reason to why you put things places, so absolutely. And pretty much I think we're done, mate. Over to you, Steve.
We are, and I'm just writing a comment into the comment section now about our other channel, the Gaming Isle. Should be commenting now, so if you do before the video ends, or once the video ends, click the Gaming Isle, go and subscribe and watch our videos there. We try and play a game every single Tuesday. We do try and get a video out every Tuesday. It just, again, depends on schedules, etc. But we do try and get regular content there, so do go and give that a like and subscribe. So, yep, don't forget to like and subscribe on this channel as well. And make sure you hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. And just one thing left to say.
Life will find a way.
We'll find a way.
Bye-bye.